tube television because I'm going to throw that out the window. Because first, I don't want to destroy my beautiful flat screen. I want to destroy something. So just keep that tube television, and throw it out the
we
window.
Should call the bad beat from now on the podcast.
That's true. You know what? We had a bunch of these tiny Sony Trinitron TVs over at the OTB, and we're getting rid of everything and replacing them with flat screens, and then they were piled up outside. Man, I should have taken like 5 or 6 of those Trinitrons, and they're pretty small, and I could have my whole season set up and just getting ready to chuck those TVs out the window when these games go south on me, right?
You need a sound effect, Luck. You need a sound effect.
Yeah, I know. I need a TV sound effect. It's not. I need a bad beat sound effect. Yeah.
You need a TV smash bad beat.
I got to work on that. Will this one work? No, I don't think that's it. Oh well.
All right, maybe next week.
We'll work on the crashing TV sound effect.
Here. All right, tonight, let's go. Right, Thursday night, you got to gamble.
Yes.
So I provide that service for our 1 or 2 listeners.
We're the degenerate.
I will give them a pick. I think I'm 0-3 on Thursday night so far. So
we're the degenerate duo.
I won the Cincy game. I won the week 1, so I'm 1-2 on Thursday night. So you take this advice with a grain of salt, but I will take the Vikings +7. Even though the Rams, I went on big time last week. Vikings get that beat down to Buffalo. They were looking forward to this game. They didn't even play that game. I know it's on the road, but LA crowds, that's not going to help you too much. And it's 7. And like we just said with that Charger game, I think they're going to stay within the number. I think the Rams are going to win the game, but I think the Vikings, and don't be surprised if the Vikings score first in this game. And I think they'll stay within the number. I think the Rams will win by 3. So I'll take the Vikings tonight, gamble it, do it. Vikings, cover.
All right, I'm pretty excited about the game tonight now too. I got the I got the Yahoo Sports app, and I get the whatever games are on local TV for free. So it's a shameless plug there for the Yahoo Sports app, but it provides a nice service. So I'm excited about watching that game. Especially that Rams team is an exciting team, and I'm just stoked to watch it. Probably won't touch the game. I mean, 2 of their defensive backs are out, so that might be one good angle. Their 2 starting defensive backs for the Rams are out. I just decided not to touch it just because I think the Rams are still good. I think they still get a good pass rush, and I don't know how well that offensive line's been playing in front of Kirk Cousins, but we'll find out a little bit about how tough this Minnesota team is tonight after they kind of laid a big stinker at home against the Buffalo Bills. So they got to show something tonight.
Yeah, I think they're gonna cover. They might win. You never know. I mean, I don't know what the money line is, but I wouldn't take the money line. I think they'll lose, but I think they'll cover.
All right, that's pick number 1 from Franco, taking the Thursday night game as he always does. I'm going to roll with my first pick here, as I kind of alluded to earlier in the show, and also right off the top with my you see that defense? I have no confidence in that defense. Of course, I'm talking about our beloved New England Patriots hosting the Miami Dolphins. I hate to say it, but I see a trend here, and I'm just going to stick to it until it bites me. I'm going to take the Dolphins and the points going into Foxborough. If you haven't heard already, Rex Burkhead is now on injured reserve, and Juwan Bentley, the one promising linebacker that seems like he can run laterally. It intercepted a pass, actually, in Detroit, is also on injured reserve. The defense, they will be getting back, hopefully, Patrick Chung, as well as who's the other guy that was hurt? Oh yeah, Trey Flowers, their best pass rusher, only their best pass rusher. So, there's some. So
you're saying the Patriots season's over? You're saying Miami's going to win this game and the season's over? That's what you're telling
I'm not saying the Dolphins are going to win the game. All I'm saying is the Dolphins are going to cover the 6.5. That's all I'm going to say. I think the Patriots, if the Patriots win this game, they win it by a touchdown, which in case I lose, which is great. Or they win it by a field goal, and the Dolphins cover. I think the Dolphins definitely can win. The one thing that concerns me with the Patriots is the defense was a problem this time last year, and they were able to fix it. and part of the reason why they didn't go 0-4 is because the offense was scoring 30 or more points a game to cover up for it. And now I just don't know if the offense just has that ability, given they're going to double team Gronk and try to make Brady work through his other receivers. And we're down to 2 running backs now with James White and Sony Michel. So we'll see. But another thing with the Yahoo app, it's the national game this week, so I'm really excited. I'm excited to see my Patriots play again, but I'm not going in with a lot of expectations.
Well, that's my second pick, is Patriots winning.
We'll just segue right into that second Franco pick.
Patriots are going to win by a ton, and whatever Lucky's 2-minute explanation is right there, he can go fuck himself, okay? Right. The Patriots will win. Lucky is a jackass, all right? He does this to make himself
Speaking
feel
for all
better
of Patriots Nation
life,
is the Brentwood Greaser here.
Yeah, he does this so if they win by 15 or 20 or 100, he goes, "Oh, I'm happy I still won," and then I don't care if I lost, and just man up, all right? Just either don't bet them or bet them, but just don't feel good either way, okay? Patriots win by a ton. They're not going to go 1-3 and lose to the Dolphins and be 3 games back, okay? They'll win this game by a ton at home. That's enough. Fuck Lucky.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm hoping you're right. I just would not be confident giving up. I'm hoping you're right. And we'll see if you're right or not. But I just would not be comfortable laying 6.5 points. And like I said, I just see a trend, and I just until something fixes itself, I'm just going to keep hammering at it. So I'm just going to keep hammering at the Patriots until they show me that they can cover one of these spreads, because they're now 1-2 against the spread and 0-2 in the last 2 weeks. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna run with that trend. All right, here we go. So
you're up,
Franco. Yeah, so there's no consensus. Again, we're divided over the Patriots, and last week that division pulled me even because I was a game behind you. Now we're even at 8-7. So
I hope you feel good about that.
Well, other teams also pulled me into that too. Not just the Patriots losing. So anyway, so give me pick number 2. What's pick number 2 this week? That was pick number 2. That was pick. Sorry, I can't count. How can I give out picks if I can't count? Pick number 3. Oh wait, I got to give pick number 2. I'm all messed up there.
Coming.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Here we go. So we want to remain even. I'm going with pick number 2. I'm going with the Colts laying a point over the Texans. Again, with another trend. The Texans are 0-3. I don't think they're very good. I think this line should probably be Colts -3. Except for the fact that Andrew Luck didn't look so great last week. But the Colts, one thing about this Colts team is their defense is playing better than probably expected. I think they'll keep this game very tight, and all they need to do is get a big play from one of their playmakers and take this thing over a field goal or more, and I'll have another win. I'm feeling pretty good about that one. Colts -1 over the Texans to go 0-4.
Well, Lucky, you're going to be excited. Hit the consensus button.
Oh, man, the consensus. All right, here it is. Consensus. I'm doing a different last week it was a school bell, like school's out for summer. This time it's a lightning bolt with thunder. So it's a lot of thunder.
Nice.
Consensus thunder.
Also on Indy, for sure. Yes, consensus button. Hit it. So that'll make our listeners. We are 3-0 consensus.
When you factor out the Patriots, yes, we're 3-0 because we did go. Yeah, we did go consensus Patriots in Jacksonville, and so you got to throw that out.
Let's not bring that one up again. We'll say 3-0.
Yeah,
but Indy definitely. Houston's 0-3 against the number. 0-3 against the number, and they're terrible. They're terrible. I mean, they're overrated. I know Indy's not great, but Andrew Luck's got something, and they're at home, 1 point. Give me Indy. Yeah, definitely. Consensus, Luck.
I like it. Consensus. Do it one more time. Consensus, man. Indianapolis -1 over Houston. So that gets us through 2 picks each. And let's see. You're up for number 3. I'm glad we get another consensus pick.
For me, I've got.
Oh, that is 3 for you.
Minnesota, Patriots, and Indy so far, and you're up.
I'm up again. Okay. Since it was a consensus, yes, it's number 3. So I'm up on my 3rd pick. Let's see. I'm going with Steelers at home, -3 over the Ravens. Like the way the Steelers came together, won on the road, even though they beat me. Their defense is struggling a bit, but I'll take Ben and his weapons over Joe Flacco and what he's got on the road. Steelers, they did win both these games last year against the Ravens. They covered more than 3 in one game, and the other one was a shootout. The shootout was at Heinz Field, and I think the Steelers won that like 39-38, but I think this time they'll easily cover the -3 against Baltimore. So Steelers -3 over the Ravens is my pick number 3. What you got?
Hit it again, Lucky.
No way. Double consensus. Consensus. All right, go for it. Give me your rationale.
I definitely am on Pittsburgh big time. I mean, Baltimore is hit or miss. It's like a Fitzmagic thing. If they look good against Buffalo, but Buffalo look good against Minnesota. You really don't know what you're going to get with Baltimore. Steelers have done messing around with the season. They've righted the ship. They'll give up some points, but they should be fine. At home, 3 points. Yeah. I think it's a no-brainer. I think they win by 10.
Yeah, it was a very fair line, I thought. So I had no problem giving the 3 there. The Steelers definitely put wins together. They're very capable of doing that. Showed us that last year. They think they went 12-4, so or 13-3, one or the other. And I like them.
Yeah, they'll be fine, and that should be an easy lock. So consensus that one up for sure.
All right, consensus pick. Let's get into that. Is that your 4th pick?
That's my 4th pick.
All right.
Pittsburgh
Got it.
will be my 4th pick because we're consensus.
All right, nice. Another consensus pick. Great. So, consensus is looking to go 5-0, factoring out the Patriots. So, pick number 4 for me. Well, I think I've seen enough from Baker Mayfield to feel confident that he can go to the West Coast into the black hole and get 2.5 points and come out with a win over the Raiders. So I'm going to the Browns plus 2.5 over the Raiders. I don't know what it is with the Raiders, but they have a lead at halftime and they keep squandering it away in the second half. They're not making good second half adjustments. I really think this Browns defense is good, and they've been kind of overlooked so far this year. But they held the Saints to 21 points, held Pittsburgh to 21, even though that was in the rain. But still, it's Roethlisberger. It's Drew Brees. They've been doing really well against good quarterbacks, and now finally they get. They get Derek Carr, who's kind of middle of the road type quarterback. I think the defense will keep the Browns in this game, and if we can get anything out of Baker Mayfield like we did last week, I think this Browns offense, is going to play with a lot more confidence. I think they're stoked that Tyrod Taylor's finally out, and they got a guy that can move the ball. So I'm going to the Browns plus 2.5 over the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't like that game at all. I'm staying far away from that game. If I were going to go with that game, I'd take Oakland. I just take the home team, and I think it's going to be an ugly game. I think that might be, you know what? We're going to make that my 8-4 game of the week. We're going to make that the 8-4 game of the week. I know everyone was waiting for that game.
I need a sound effect for the 8-4.
8-4.
Quad safeties versus double safeties.
4 safeties against the 2 safeties, and I'll take Oakland on the 8 side of that. So Oakland would cover. Bet with Lucky if you want to, but I'm going to take Oakland in an 8-4 game.
I'm on Mayfield mania. I don't think Gruden's going to be able to stop him. He's only getting paid $10 million a year. It's not enough.
I wouldn't touch that game, though. It could go 8-4 the other way. Cleveland could win 8-4. If I'm betting that game, I would bet under, and at 44.5, you get a good under price at that. So that's a good game to bet under because Baker's not going to. He's not going to throw for a bunch of points against Oakland's defense, and that is an under game for me. But 8-4,
you got to worry about Khalil Mack there. Oh, wait a minute, maybe you don't. That's right.
Oh,
I think can we have a discussion about how Gruden gets this 10-year, $100 million deal, and just how brilliant it is that he can get away with saying, "Oh yeah, this is a total teardown. Yeah, we're going to stink for a long time before we turn this thing around. Yeah, I got a total culture change. Got to get all my guys in and all these